I'm gone. Can be, pull your tears back. We put the bang and produce. You got no chance of hanging. They take the tails when you're flipping the quarter. We ain't slowing down, we crashing through the border.
So let the rhythm hit him, just let the rhythm hit him. Cause when you feel it in your soul, lift the sound system. Let's turn it up, a little louder, turn it up. A little louder, turn it up. We never turn it down, universal sound. When we hold the pound, take a look around. When we touch the town, not the way stomping in my big black J's. Corny, get stuck in the maze. We never suffer fools, had enough of you. False friends and loose ends make me wanna fool. That we got another world tour, touching every shore, from Cali to Singapore.
Every day I'm seeing more in the temple as we rock up tempo instrumental. I saw my dream in a dream, then I woke up. Put the dream team together. Now we one time.
So let the rhythm hit him, just let the rhythm hit him. Cause when you feel it in your
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles.
Tonight we start Week 5 with a primetime matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Los Angeles Chargers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Blitz coming, and down he goes. So much for coming out throwing as it leads to an early second down and long. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
This defense for the Dolphins, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Now it's Herbert. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Back deep for Miami, Jalen Waddle.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football.
At their own 39-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Tua going to throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll be a gain of 5. And that brings him 3rd and a full 10 yards. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys that have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. On second down, they'll run it here. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
A good run there off right tackle in old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 25 yards that time.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Herbert has it knocked free, and this is picked up by the Dolphins. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Tua. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
action. Here's Tua. Steps away. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that third down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. It's a 5-yard pickup that time on what will wind up being the final play of this first quarter. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. The Chargers at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Play action. It's Herbert. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as he gets this up past the 30 to the 32. Ezra Cleveland, the guard, called for the penalty there. Out now is the punter, Braden Mann. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to pass. Tua. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage. And that throw had no shot.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This is a half for not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And again, it's Tagovailoa. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, and have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 55 rushing yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
From the 39, Herbert. Going deep downfield for Ross. And this is caught. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. John Ross, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Looking to throw again on second down. Tua hit, and the ball is out. But I think a Dolphin was able to fall on it. Yes, they'll keep possession here. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
The tackle made by a gain of 9 yards.
Tua now on first down. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down. Now Tua. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it. That's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Herbert. Touchdown, Chargers! Mike Williams as the first half is winding down. And the Chargers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this 3rd quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either, so certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
To throw again on second down. Tua being chased out left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging, because after all their halftime talk, adjustments, and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach, because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, LA. John Ross with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Finding space at the 40. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Tua. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded at the 20. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Herbert off of play action. Going deep downfield for Ross. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Yeah, the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And my goodness, another interception. And the Chargers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get him next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On second down, they'll run it here. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Here's Herbert. Steps away to his left. Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Rashad Bateman, 40 yards. And the Chargers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. An extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 28-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Throwing on second and long. Tua. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that zero on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A great play there with his second touchdown of the night. And the Chargers are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it is 42-0. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
To try again after the sack. Tua hit, and the ball is out. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, LA. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressure, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do that? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run and have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. 4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. And now here's another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Herbert on first down now. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. He's got room at the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. The one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
That is caught, Rashad Bateman. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now it's Herbert. This will be caught at about the 5. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now receiver in motion left. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this was pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things through this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of you guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And my goodness, that means this next drive will begin 4 yards from the end zone already. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa. And my goodness, another interception. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They overload him that time on the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a...
You spent your whole life trying to blow up, but Elohim never had time for donuts. The beat gon' have no time for cold cuts. The game like Big Pitch came to Jonah. Yeah, I'm still independent, ain't sold a million records. Yeah, used to be on my checklist. Big diamonds don't need a necklace. Look, we built the sound like it's double speed Tetris. I cannot build without God. We built the sound, you can't copy this. I never brag, it's just confidence. I never rap for your compliments. I wrote this one for the indie grind. If you ain't signed on the dotted line, can't buy my soul with no dollar signs. The industry so full of troglodytes. I don't follow trends. Run it up. Say that with my chest. Run it up. No, I will not bend.